like, especially when we went to Howard and like when we went on the simulations and stuff like that. When I came back, I was on the A honor roll because I was doing B honor roll, and I was only getting on B honor roll because like I didn't take it as serious. I just naturally am smart, but I didn't reach my full potential. And after I went on that trip, I was on A honor roll. I just knew I could do better.
Student and teacher relationships, and I said that because like you could always get the right knowledge, but if you don't understand it, and if your teacher don't want to help you understand, you ain't gonna never get it.
Okay, I said more options for kids to open up to, as in like more electives.
I said I wanted to learn new things and hear each other's opinions, and I learned a lot and heard everyone's opinions about like the school and stuff.
I feel like everything that we talked about was acknowledged. Like everything that we wanted to say, it was all said and done. Like everybody was heard, and I want to be heard.
I feel more excited to learn when I know that my teacher cares about me and like they know they're happy that I'm in there.
I chose to say diversity, and my yes and was yes and a safe place to be diverse, yes and open-mindedness, and yes and well-informed staff to like serve the diverse students.
It is about your community, and it's about the way in which you can create a better world. It is about education, and it is about equity, and it is about excellence. And we can't do it without your voice. If it is about you, we know we have to include you. And so today is your day to be hosted. Today is your day to have a conversation of what's in your heart and what matters about education to you. Today is your day to tell us what you need to create a better future for yourself and for your kids. And I want you to co-create. I want you to get together and pull all of these thoughts. Be courageous about what you think and tell us what you need. And then I want you to really host others. We need to really be able to be in this space together and to be able to solve some of these dilemmas that we are currently facing. How do we create an education system where everybody can live their dream? How do we create an education system that's equitable? And how do we create an education that's integrated into the future? Think about it from your heart. Don't get in your head. Think about it from in your heart.
Students teaching other students. Curriculum that discusses social movements and our heroes.
Secondary job training for people of color.
Very thankful to be given the opportunity to come here today. Huge shout out to everyone who helped create this program. We really appreciate it as students to be able to communicate with you stakeholders in our community and in our state as a whole. Thank you once again. At our table, we discussed how to destroy the achievement gap, which we acknowledge starts at a very young age, starting as young as kindergarten even. So some things that we brainstormed were surrounding destroying the gifted and talented programs that really concentrate the most gifted students at a young age and keep them ahead of other students, and that gap actually grows as people get older. We believe that gifted and talented students, they still should be honored and they should be given the resources they need to further their education, but we don't think they should be grouped and clumped at such a young age.
I think our students coming together today, there was a power built in the room, and hearing their takeaways and what they've experienced in their lives, especially pertaining to their education, gives me a lot to think about. but I think it also gives our students a lot to think about as well, knowing that they're not alone in what they're experiencing. To me, that was the most powerful thing, seeing how our students could relate to one another, because I think there is a great deal of isolation, the feeling of isolation, and that these are problems in my school or problems only to me, and they're seeing their peers have experienced the same thing. It should give us a lot of power and a lot of opportunities for us to really impact change on a level that's larger than our single schools, really the metro region. And that's what Reimagine Minnesota is all about.
How gifted and talented, that name in itself is very inclusive, and if you, just because you aren't gifted and talented does not mean you are not gifted and talented. So that shouldn't be.
Really, like, the reason why I came here was because I feel like kids that look like me are automatically put in the box, and that we can't be anything more than what we look like. But even me, I'm African American, I'm also Japanese, I speak Japanese language, but people they don't expect that. And then when I say that, it's always that little second after, like, oh, is she for real? And it's really, I want people to understand that we're more than what we look like.
Just, our students are talking, and they're spending their time, and they're engaging in a deep way. If they don't see their input reflected in our direction, we are going to not only miss an opportunity, but create an environment where it's going to be even harder for us to maintain and get student voice that we say we want. So that's the only thing I'll say is, the students are talking, we as adults have to show that we're responsive to that, or we're going to lose a major opportunity.